So Anne Lister, the mistress of Shibden Hall, was an obsessive diarist from her teenage years onwards, and the diaries she kept in her adult life, she kept in these books, and they give incredibly detailed accounts of her daily life and her feelings and thoughts. She kept about a sixth of the diaries in code, a code of her own, and it's in those coded bits that she records her extensive lesbian activities, her love affairs and her love making. And I've read the diaries in extracts over the years and been absolutely enthralled by them. So to see the diary here in front of me, in the very house perhaps in which it was written, possibly, who knows, in the very room in which it was written, is just extraordinary. So this page of Anne Lister's diary is from September 1832, and at this point Anne is 41. She's kind of feeling in her prime though. She's had several love affairs, some disappointments in love. She's single, she's recently been travelling, she's returned to Shibden Hall and wants to kind of take possession of Shibden Hall as a mistress. She's begun to make plans to remodel the house and the estate. And she's also on the lookout really for a partner. A life partner. She's recently made the reacquaintance of a local heiress, Anne Walker, and she's already plotting to kind of bring Anne into her grand plan, really, I think. So this page is from 27th of September 1832, and here Anne Walker, the local heiress that Anne Lister has rather got her eye on, has come to visit Shibden, and Anne's been showing her around. She's been kind of showing off the estate a bit, I think. They've been for a walk in the grounds, and they have visited a little summer house type structure that Anne Lister has had made. She calls it a chaumière, sometimes grandly, but she also calls it a moss house or a mossy hut. And I absolutely love the idea that in exactly this time when male landowners were building obelisks and towers and kind of thrusting edifices like that, Anne Lister was building a moss house, a small mossy retreat where, amongst other things, she could carry out some of her flirtations. So she and Anne have spent a couple of pleasant hours in the moss house at this point. So Anne's diaries are absolutely beautifully kept, but as you can see, whole chunks of them are written in this rather inscrutable code, and even her ordinary handwriting is full of abbreviations and is quite difficult to read. So the bit I'm going to read now is from a transcript. Miss W and I very cosy and confidential. On parting, she said she knew not when she'd spent so pleasant a day. I believe her. She sat and sat in the moss house, hardly liking to move. Of course I made myself agreeable, and I think she already likes me even more than she herself is aware. I really did feel rather in love with her in the hut and as we returned. I shall pay due court for the next few months. After all, I really think I can make her happy, and myself too. Well, said I to myself as I left her, she's more in for it than she thinks. And Anne is clearly a really fast worker, but you've got to admire her in a way because she knows what she wants. You know, she wants a partner. She wants them both to be set up at Shibden Hall, kind of in charge of it. She has this plan and she's going for it. So just a week later, the two women are becoming a lot friendlier. Here on Thursday the 4th of October, Anne Lister has been to visit Anne Walker this time. She's visited her in the afternoon and has come back for dinner at 5. And you know, two women visiting each other, this is, a woman and a man wouldn't have been able to do this. They wouldn't have been able to be alone together in a private space, a dining room and a parlour like this. But women, of course, could. It's something that we're very familiar with from, say, the novels of Jane Austen. But here, you know, here's Anne Lister and Anne Walker using private female domestic space in a rather subversive way. So, back at 5 to dinner, she had put on an evening gown and a sort of set-out dinner for me. I talked much of the Highlands, etc., while the man, the servant, was there. Afterwards, drew near to each other, and she sat on my knee, and I did not spare kissing and pressing, she returning it. On leaving the dining room, we sat most lovingly on the sofa. We let the lamp go out. Long continued mumbling, moist kissing. I pressed her bosom, then finding no resistance and the lamp being out, let my hand wander lower down.